Okay, now in this example, we're going to finish off a couple more samples of questions that are in vertex form. All right, so term the equation of a quadratic function in vertex form. So first let's write out what vertex form is. X minus p squared plus q. So first thing to pick up is p and q values. And that's your vertex. And your vertex here is you go over 3 spaces, down 4. So over -3, down to -4. Remember, this stands for the p-value. This stands for the q-value. So x subtract was already here. P-value is -3 squared plus q, and q is -4. So y equals a times x plus 3 squared plus, well, I can leave the plus 8 now and just say subtract 4. So we have this much done. What we need now is to put in a value for x and y so that we can find out what value a has. Now this x, y is just, you could use any pair that you see on the graph. And I would choose a point that hit 2 grid lines. So you gotta follow the graph. Point can't be down here somewhere or up here. It's gotta be a point on the graph. And if you hit grid lines, it makes it easier to use. So I could use this point or that one. I'm just gonna use this one here. And again, the answer will be the same if I use that point. So the values of this point are 0, -1. So put my y value in of -1. X value is 0 in. 0 plus 3 is 3. And you're going to square. So you'll have 9 times a. Well, -4 is going to go back over. So -1 plus 4 equals 9a. So 9a equals 3. And a would equal both sides divided by 9, or 1/3. So the equation should be 1/3 x plus p squared plus q. You don't know what values these might have. Well, in this case we do. Ordinarily you would leave that out. So our p-value is +3, the opposite of the x value. This one here, plus -4. Or you could just say subtract 4. So this one is our answer here. Now, next example. To determine the equation of the parabola from the verbal description. So parabola has a vertex and passes through that point. So again, the work is going to stay the same as here. That's the first one. So y equals a x subtract p squared plus q. Y equals a, x subtract. Now our p value is 2 plus our q value is plus -6. So y equals a, x subtract 2 squared, subtract 6. Now we need to get a, which is why they told us this point. We'll put in the x value, and then we'll put in the y value. So the y value is 8, the x value is 4. 4 subtract 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. I'm going to bring this 6 over. So it's going to be 14. Now divide both sides by 4. Oops. So, and then it will cancel here, leaving you with a equals 14 divided by 2, or 7 over 2. So the function is y equals, the a value is 7 divided by 2, x subtract 2 squared, subtract 6. Okay, there's one last example now. A parabola has the x has the intercepts. A parabola intercepts the x-axis at -4 and 6, has a maximum value of 5. Determine the function that models the parabola and state the range. So at -4 and 6, the graph cuts through, and we are told that has a maximum value, which means the graph must come up and come back down. Now to get the axis of symmetry, you take your two x coordinates and add them together and divide by 2. So 2 divided by 2, or 1. That's your axis of symmetry. So now that we have the x value of the axis of symmetry, so let's say this will be 1, we now need to get the y value here. Now, we're told it has a maximum value. Actually, we already have that because we're told it has a maximum value of 5. So that number goes here. So we fill in what we know for the equation. Y equals a x subtract p squared plus q. So y equals a x subtract 1. So just take this value, put it directly in here. And our height is 5. And we're told that here. Now the only thing we don't have is the value of a, so we put an x and y pair back in. And perhaps one of the easiest pairs to pick, you could say, well, here's a pair, or here's a point, 6, 0. So we put this back in. Oops, the y value there should have been 0. The x value is 6 subtract 1 squared plus 5. 0 equals. This is going to be 5 squared, which is 25. Bring this over. So it'll be negative equals 25. times A. Now to get A, you divide both sides by 25. So up here now, we have A equals, because this will cancel, 5 goes in 25 5 times, so negative 1 over 25. And let's go back and reread the question. Determine a function, so we still need a function. So start with the A value first. Negative 1 over 25. X subtract 1 squared plus 5. And these are the questions we'll look at in class.